Ladies and gentlemen, children of the interwebs out there, Sebastian Envy, the strong style, nerd strong style, cinephile. Now, reports recently came out that said that the next year's crossovers, we all know the crossover events are the big, thing to look forward to in the Arrowverse seasons the last handful of years, just because, I don't know about you, but I'm a sucker for crossovers of any kind, be it back in the day when Homicide, Life on the Streets would cross over with Law & Order, and then you have Law & Order crossing over with all the Chicago shows, just the Chicago television universe that they have, fostered. I'm a sucker for crossovers of any kind, of every kind. Of course, Power Rangers, when they have crossovers. Super Sentai, when they have crossovers. Kamen Rider, when they have crossovers. I love crossovers. I just do. This past crossover was Crisis on Infinite Earths. Huge stakes. Some game-changing outcomes in it, and it is just the pinnacle. The crossover started with Barry and Oliver teaming up on The Flash, and then the next week on Arrow. And then it got a little bit bigger with the Legends of Tomorrow crossover, the events that set that up. Then you had Invasion. Then you had, which was bigger. Then you had Crisis on Earth X, which was bigger. Then you had Crisis on Infinite Earths, which encompassed every single show. And it was huge. How do you top that? You don't. You can try, but you'll probably fall massively short. So, I believe CW's CEO, Mark Pedowitz, came out and recently said that you can't really go bigger than that. They weren't going to try to top that. They were going to go smaller, back in scale. And I think smaller, more intimate, kind of harkening back to the first crossover with Barry and Oliver. That's the best way to go. And you can just create, even on Elseworlds, I didn't mention Elseworlds. That's one of the crossovers. Back in Elseworlds, that was a large event, but it was smaller because it primarily focused on Barry, Oliver, and Kate. Or not Kate, Kara. The first appearance of Kate. But it mainly focused on those three, like the Arrowverse Trinity. And it was just smaller. Big stakes, but it still felt small. And I think that's what they're going to do with this next crossover, because they even said it's going to probably take up just a Sunday night, 2 shows, and they're talking now about having it be Superman and Lois and Batwoman being the main characters in it, with other characters sprinkled in here and there. I think that's the way to go. Plus, put some shine on Superman and Lois, since they're the new show. They're going to be the new hotness at that point in time. And then Batwoman could use the crossover to boost eyeballs on the show, ratings, and that sort of thing. So I think that's the best way to go. It's going to be kind of interesting because the linchpin of these crossovers to this point has been Oliver. The lightning rod, the leader of these events that happened, has been Oliver. Green Arrow's no more. That show is no more. So it's going to be kind of interesting going forward to kind of see the crossovers, how it's going to be. Now, crossovers are usually a fall, before winter type of thing, but of course we all know Arrowverse is not coming back until January of 2021. So that kind of throws things off with it. So how's that gonna play out? Remains to be seen. I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, I love any crossover, so as long as it's well done, it's fun, has some action, has some good character moments, to some good fan service here and there, if you can throw it in there, not just do it to do it, but if you can actually work in some good fan service, do that, and let's just see how it plays out. I'm a fan of Tyler Hoechlin as Superman. Of course, we all love Brandon Routh getting to play Superman. He's just an iconic version of the character. But I like Hoechlin, so I'm anxious to see what they can do on a weekly show with him and Lois. But that's just me. I might be in the minority with that because I saw so many people saying, oh, they should ditch Hoechlin and give Routh his own show, blah, blah, blah. But Routh had his time. Unfortunately, it didn't go the best way it could have gone. Crisis sent him out proper, I think. So that door shut. We'll see what Hoechlin can do in the future with his show. But anyway, those are some of my thoughts on it, scattered as they often are. What do you guys out there think? Crossover, just being 2 shows on a Sunday. Superman, Lois, Batwoman. Probably with some Supergirl sprinkled in there, definitely. What do you guys have to think? Let me know in the comments below. Follow me on social media. Talk to me there, talk to me here. And yeah, until the next time, as we're all still locked down, even though some places are opening, stay safe out there. Think about others before you think about yourself and the effects of all this kind of stuff on others. It's not always about us, it's about others. Keep that in mind out there. And let us geek.